Good evening, everyone. Today is 19th of May, evening time, and I thought to just have a small video about soulmates, twin flames, and uh, karmics. So there are a lot of theories which runs around these three relationship names. So soulmates, what are karmics, and what are twin flames, and how we differentiate between all these three. So I'll just give a brief from my end what I have gained knowledge through, and what I would like to clarify in the most simplest form I can, so that it can help you out to understand that the relation that you are in currently, or any of the past relationship you are in, is it a karmic relation, or is it a soulmate relation, or is it a twin flame relation? So now, starting with the karmic relations, which are the most common ones, these are the relations that we are facing in this lifetime, that we are in this lifetime with, because we have some past karma to complete with them. So these karmic relations can be in any form with us. It can be in the form of our husband, it can be in the form of uh, our friends, or it can be in the form of a lover, or it can be in the form of any relationship where we have to fulfill any past karma. So we basically stay with them just to finish off the karma that we have from our past life. So there can be several karmic relations during a lifetime. There can be 1, 2, 10, 12, 15, depending upon what sort of karma we have to fulfill with everyone, each and everyone. Same with the soulmate relationship. Soulmate relationships are similar kind of relationships. What do you call as best buddy, best friends kind of relationships. So it can be mostly with your friends or buddies who you feel very comfortable with. You feel there is a past life connection with them. It can be with a stranger also. Like suppose sometimes, just to give you an example, that we are walking down the road, and or we just went to a grocery store and we just saw someone and we felt that connection, that okay, some connection I could feel, like there is something, and then you become friends and all those stuff. So this kind of connection where you feel attracted to each other in a way wherein you feel that there is some sort of connection out here. So usually it's a soulmate connection. Soulmate connections and relationships can be couples, can be family, can be at work, can be colleagues, can be in any form. And karmic relations are basically similar to soulmates, but in soulmate connections usually it's very light energy, and as I told you, it's very loving energy. You feel that connection with them, you feel that comfortability level with them. So karmics are basically for karma, so it's not as sweet as soulmate relationships. So karmic relationships basically is also a bond wherein we have to either finish a karma in this lifetime, or we carry those karma into next lifetime if we skip fulfilling the karma which is required to be fulfilled with that particular person. So that's how it works for karmic relationships. Now coming to soulmate relationship and karmic relationships, it sounds pretty similar, but the purposes are different. Soulmate relationships are more towards the sweeter side, buddy type relationships. Karmic relationships are more patterns oriented relationship. Now what are patterns oriented relationship? In a simple form, if you form an image in your mind, like how would I differentiate between soulmate and how would I differentiate between a karmic? So a soulmate relationship is, as I told you, it's a very loving best buddy, best friends kind of a relationship, be it between your mother and daughter, between father or son, or something like that, or between friends or colleagues or family or cousins. But karmic relationship usually falls into a pattern. So now what are patterns? So these are basically karmic patterns. So in our daily lives, we usually never notice these kind of patterns because we are so busy going home, then office, then home and office, or some people are busy in their housework, busy with kids, busy with family, busy with children. So we have a lot of things to do in this lifetime, and we are busy with a lot of 3D stuff, lot of stuff in this physical world. We deal with a lot of things. So we forget to recognize these patterns. But usually if you are in a karmic relationship, for an example, you always go through a specific pattern, And if you closely notice, this pattern will repeat in your lifetime every time until you learn your lesson. So basically, suppose I'll give you an example. In any relationship, if you feel that the same pattern you are repeating, like something is happening in your life again and again, and you are always falling in the same sort of situations in a different scenario, it's a cycle for you. Every week or every month or every year or 6 monthly, you feel that everything is going fine, and suddenly you get into the same pattern. You start feeling, if you notice. If you don't notice, you will not be able to recognize that. But usually, if you want to recognize it's a karmic or it's a soulmate, for a karmic relationship, it's always there is a pattern that you will recognize. It can be a pattern of a fight, it can be a pattern of a patch up, it can be a pattern of love, or it can be a pattern of a worry or a concern. It can be a pattern of a pain that you go through. Suppose a normal example in normal life, that we are with a lover, or we are a couple. We get into fights, which is pretty common with everyone. We get into fights, we patch up. We get into fights, we patch up. That's a common thing. It's not a pattern. It happens with everyone. But falling in the same kind of fights, same situations, in different scenarios, and same pain you're facing again and again, that means if you're going through the same pain again and again, that means you are going into cycles and you need to learn the lesson out of it. You have to change your pattern. You have to come out of that pattern. You have to come out of that cycle. It's a toxic cycle for you or for some other person. So it's very, 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 very deep insight. You have to go and understand what sort of pattern. If it is a healthy pattern, fine. As far as it's small arguments or something like that, which is very regular, it's fine. I'm not saying these are patterns. But the only patterns I'm talking about is toxic patterns. If you are going through a lot of pain every time, on a weekly or a monthly or a 6 monthly or a quarterly basis, and you feel, oh my god, what's happening to me? Every time I find myself in the same situation, same way stuck. Maybe the scenarios are different. Maybe every time the timelines are different. But you're going through the same repeating cycles. So that is karmic relation. You are paying off the karma to that person, and you can only break that cycle yourself. You will be the only one who will be breaking that cycle with not responding to the same situation again and again in the same way. You have to find a different way to react to it. So that is another topic. That is another topic to discuss. Like how to come out of toxic cycles, how to come out of toxic patterns, how to react to a specific toxic pattern, and how to work out on those kind of relations. But again, karmic relations are the relations. If you run away from a karmic, or if you try to leave that karmic, that's possible in the lifetime. But that karma which you are facing with the other person, and you left because you are not able to handle the pain, or you feel, no, it's not the right relationship for me, and you have not learned your lesson, you just quit. If you just quit out of that toxic pattern and you feel, no, I'm not responding to this pattern, this is toxic, I'm coming out of it, I'm running out of it, I'm not going to learn any of the lessons required, I don't need to respond to them in another way, why should I put my energy into it? Right? But if you don't learn your lessons with that particular karmic, you have very, very high chances of falling into the same karmic pattern with some another person, because you have not learned your lessons. So you have not learned your lessons, so you will attract another partner who is again going to show you the same karmic cycles in a different scenario, until unless you learn your spiritual lessons. So basically, we have a lot of spiritual lessons to learn in this lifetime, and there are different scenarios and situations in which every soul has to learn these kind of lessons. So the more we understand that instead of running away from a situation or a toxic pattern, it's better to learn our lesson and then quit if you want to quit, so that you heal yourself and you will not attract the same karmic pattern with some another person or another partner in the same lifetime. So that's about karmic relations. So I don't want to go deep into toxic patterns, because that's, again, it's a long topic. Now, so soulmates and twin flames. So soulmates are, as I told you, are friends, best friends, buddies, family. It can be any sort of relationship, and there can be multiple soulmate relationships. There can be several karmic relationships during a lifetime. Now, coming to a twin flame relationship. Okay, so there are hundreds of theories on this. What is twin flame relationship? How does it work? And in fact, when I went for a reading in my sessions, so this term always comes up, like twin flame. What is twin flame? People feel twin flame is the ideal match, ideal couple. They are power couples. Yes, they are power couples. In 3D world, in physical world, what you see what you see in Bollywood movies, the power couple kind of a theory, it's twin flame theory. So I would like to explain what twin flame is now, because we are very clear what sort of soulmate. So now if you are in a relationship, you can easily make out, is it a soulmate relationship or is it a karmic relationship? If I'm in a karmic relationship and going through cycles, then we need to strongly change our patterns, strongly change the way we behave or we react to those situations, so that we can learn our lessons. And that shows the divine is asking you to learn something out of it. Then only those cycles will stop, and only you can stop it by learning those lessons. So these are soul lessons. Now, coming to twin flame connection. So twin flame is a concept wherein in multiple lifetimes they have been the same soul. And in this lifetime, if you feel that you have met your twin flame, how will you recognize your twin flame? So there are different theories, different people say different things about how you can recognize your twin flame. There are different steps also, or there are different ways also to recognize. But the simple thing is that a twin flame is a soul. In the past lives, it was one soul, but in this lifetime, that soul has been split into two. Now you can easily make out what it is. So what you see in movies, Bollywood movies and Hollywood movies, that is one soul in two bodies. So this is the concept of a twin flame. So when that soul splits into two, it goes into two bodies, incarnates into two bodies. Now this soul splits into two with a purpose. So this soul decides to incarnate on earth, incarnate on this planet, and to serve some purpose together. That's a soul purpose, that's a soul path, that's a soul mission. So they already have the soul blueprints. They know, their soul knows where they have to go and what they have to do on this planet. But what happens when this one soul splits into two and incarnate on earth in two different bodies? Suppose this is one soul, this is second soul. So the first soul gets different conditioning, upbringing, religious beliefs, families, different culture. Second soul, in some other part of the world, is getting some different conditioning, different upbringing, different belief systems. Everything is different. So the conditioning of both the souls are different. Both the bodies are different, I must say. But the soul is the same. It's divided into two. Now, usually the concept is that this soul, when they split into two, they decide to incarnate into two families which are completely different from each other. They decide to incarnate in those families which are completely opposite to each other, which are completely different. So usually when you find your twin flame might be completely different in terms of conditioning. I'm not saying different in terms of thinking or different in terms of habits. He would be completely different, he or she would be completely different in terms of their upbringings, their conditioning, which has happened in the 3D world. On a 5D level, on a soul level, they are one. But in a 3D level, they are two different bodies. Now, what happens when you meet your twin flame? And how will you recognize that he or she is your twin flame? So, twin flame concept, when you meet your twin flame, the first thing you feel is the intensity of the connection, which is way far beyond the twin flame and the soulmate connections. So the intensity is too strong of that particular connection because you are mirroring each other. Now these two souls are mirroring each other. What do you mean by mirroring each other? Because they are one soul in two bodies. when they stand in front of each other, they mirror each other because they are the same person. They are the same soul. And it's facing each other is like seeing in the mirror because they are same. Just the bodies are different. And in twin flame connection, there is one divine masculine energy, one divine feminine energy. So one is a strong masculine energy and one is a strong divine feminine energy. Now, what happens when they meet? So, and how will you differentiate? So, it's simple. There are two main bases of differentiating twin flame connection from a soulmate or a karmic connection. The intensity is too high. It's very strong. You feel as if you know everything about that person. You feel the same in the soulmate connection also because it's a past life connection. But the intensity makes a difference. You feel a strong pull towards that soul. And I can't explain it in words. I think it's an experience. It's a feeling that you can't explain in words. Again, the major difference in twin flame, soulmate and karmic connections is purpose. So twin flames meet on this planet because they decided to meet before they incarnated in this planet. And they have a mission in this lifetime. They have a mission to be partners and complete their soul mission. So they work together on a soul mission. Now, it looks perfect. Twin flames come together, they see each other, they fall in a connection, intensity is too strong, purpose is the same. So it's a power couple. Why we should worry about it? But it's not so simple. Now what happens in a twin flame connection, it's much deeper, it's much way deeper. Twin flame connection is a connection wherein when you might have met your twin flame, but maybe you never recognized. Reason being, twin flame connection has a lot of stages. So there are different perceptions about different sort of stages, and every twin flame goes to a different stage depending upon what sort of life cycle they have. Now, coming to a basic twin flame concept, when the twin flames meet, they feel okay. This is my guy, this is my girl. A bubble creates a dream bubble wherein you feel so happy with each other. You feel this is the life I dreamt of. This is the life I want to live. This is my one. This is the one for me. Right? Because you are the same souls. You feel so connected to each other. There is no comparison of any other connection apart from twin flame connection. Twin flame connection is the strongest connection on this planet because they are the same soul in two bodies. Now, slowly what happens when they start connecting with each other, as they are mirroring, I'll show you, as they are mirroring each other, this twin flame will see his reflection in this twin flame. So what they are seeing is all their fears, all their insecurities, all their traumas, all their pain in this twin flame. Because they are same soul in two bodies, both these souls usually have faced most of the things in their life cycle almost similar. Timelines can be different. Timelines can be definitely different. But they might have faced the same sort of pain, same sort of traumas, similar type of patterns in their lives, in their lifetime. So when they meet, they get scared. Why they get scared? Because it's very scary to see yourself in the mirror and to see someone standing in front of you who is just like you, who is you actually. They are the one. So it scares the shit out of them. Then when they feel that slowly the insecurities, the traumas, the pain, all those negative things usually start surfacing in both the twin flames. And then the clash starts happening. You might have heard two similar magnets repel. So they start repelling. They start repelling because they feel that the other twin flame, the other half, is showing them the reality of their soul, which is very difficult to take. If you see yourself in mirror, and someone is showing you all your negative things, all your things that you need to work on, it's very difficult to handle that. It makes you scared. Makes you scared at some point of time, and just run away from that relationship. So usually this happens in a twin flame relationship. So they repel, they separate. So that's why there is a separation stage that comes after meeting of twin flames. So separation stage involves recognizing that you have met someone who has a very, very strong bond with you. And you can't separate yourself with that bond, because you can't separate yourself from the soul, because you are the same soul. Now, the question comes, what happens next? So what happens next is, one twin flame starts running and one twin flame starts chasing. So the twin flame who is running because they are scared. They are scared to look deep inside themselves, into their insecurities, into their traumas, into their fears and pain. They don't want to see all that. They have never taken initiative to do that. But the twin flame is showing them the same things, because the twin flame is the reflection of another twin flame. So they start running. So that there comes the running and the chasing stage. So running and chasing happens. One twin flame runs, other chase. But at some point of time, this running and chasing, the timelines again of all the stages depend upon each and everyone's journey. So everybody has a different journey, different timelines for the twin flame journey. So usually when this happens, as per most of the journeys which I have heard, which I have listened to online, most of the twin flame journeys, one partner goes into spiritual awakening. So spiritual awakening process helps them to work on themselves. It helps them to look into themselves, and they go into self-love. Because the connection is so strong, and the love and the bond they are missing from the twin flame, they usually start getting into a self-love mode and get into a spiritual awakening process. Now, spiritual awakening process is not only because of the twin flame journeys. Spiritual awakening process, I can take a different session on that. Spiritual awakening can happen because of anything. It can happen majorly because of 2-3 reasons. One is you are on a twin flame journey. You have met your twin flame already, or you are going to meet your twin flame. That's why you are in spiritual awakening process. Second is you have gone through a big, huge trauma where you have just come out of nearest to death point. And those people usually get into spiritual awakening. Or there can be one more reason, a sudden awakening, a dream or something that pushes you into spiritual awakening. So spiritual awakening can be because of multiple reasons. It can be because of a trauma, a dream, a message that you get from divine. So automatically you get pushed into it. You have no control over it. You have to go through it. And it's a tough process. So coming back to twin flame, now once we get to a spiritual awakening process, one partner starts working on themselves, the other partner is still running. They are not understanding what's happening, confused, conflicted. Oh my God, why the connection is so strong? Why I'm feeling so much of intensity? I'm always running. So finally, divine pushes them into a spiritual awakening, which maybe they are aware of or they are not. That's completely okay. That's completely fine. But one partner is always aware of this. Other partner may or may not, depending upon what sort of spirituality level they have already in their life. If they are not at all spiritual, it will take time for them to understand this concept. Sometimes it takes years. Sometimes it takes months. And sometimes if you are very spiritual, you might understand these things in a couple of months or say a year or so. So it completely depends. The timelines depend on the twin flame journey, and everyone's journey is different. Stages are different. Sometimes a runner chaser dynamics comes later, and spiritual awakening starts early. So it completely depends. It's you can always place the stages in different way on different journeys. So basically, I'm giving you a basic info about how it works. Now spiritual awakening starts, and then this spiritual awakening, they will start working on themselves. There are a lot of stages of spiritual awakening. One of the major stages, rising from the ashes, which you say. So dark night of the souls, rising from the ashes, all these are stages of spiritual awakening. It's very deep concept again. So you get into dark night of the souls, where you work on yourself, on your darker side, on your shadow side. You get into self-love completely. That's the only way to go through smoothly in your spiritual awakening process. If you don't love yourself, there is no way you can be in union or meet your twin flame. There is no way. So how does the twin flame concept work is, now they went into a spiritual awakening, they will work on themselves. The spiritual awakening will keep on continuing, but the twin flames will get into a union for their soul mission or their soul purpose in this lifetime only when they complete their spiritual awakening process. They work all their shadow aspects. They work on all their traumas, their pains, their insecurities, and they start healing. And they, once they completely heal, once they are completely into self-love, they feel that they are one whole being. And once they feel that they don't need anyone, they are the one whole being, then one whole being, divine feminine, one whole being, divine masculine, come together into union, and they serve the divine mission or purpose. So that's how twin flame works. For this, both the twin flames, masculine and feminine, has to work on themselves. They have to be in huge self-love. And this is happening with divine timing. So everything is monitored by the divine, because they are the same soul in two bodies. But the work they need to do is on their own. And some some twin flames take years to work on themselves, because they don't acknowledge, they don't accept, they don't understand this concept. They don't accept that they have lots of inner traumas to heal. Now, twin flame connection comes into your life because at some point of time in your life, you might have consciously, unconsciously, knowingly, unknowingly have manifested this relation. Each and every one of us, I'm sure, at some point of our lives, we might have said, oh, I want a perfect partner. I want to be with a power couple kind of a concept. You always dream of someone who is the one for you. And getting the one is not so easy. So usually what happens when twin flames in this lifetime, they come together in the same, they incarnate, then this is very common that they manifest at some point of time in their life, maybe knowingly or unknowingly, that I don't want to be in karmic relations. I don't want to be a part of this karmic relationships or this kind of relationship which I want perfect relation. I want a perfect person. I want the perfect one who has everything I'm looking for. And they will fulfill all your checklist. But again, the divine is very clever. They will never give you something as per your checklist in the same package you are expecting. So you will always get that package in a different, you will always get that gift of your checklist in a different package. So your twin flame is always completely different from what you have expected your perfect partner to be. They might be having all the qualities that you are expecting, that you have manifested for, that you have thought of, okay, my partner, my perfect partner should have all these qualities. They will be having those qualities 100%, but in a different package. So you can count it as looks also. You can count it as anything, any scenario. So you might have not expected that kind of person to be your perfect partner. So usually it's in a different package. But it will fulfill your checklist, because that would be the one. And that you both could be the power couple, because you are twin flames, you are same soul. So it's not an easy journey. And why divine put you through this journey, there is no answer to it actually. But at some point of time, because you are a twin flame, sometimes you are a light worker also. You have come with a divine purpose here. So when you manifest, knowingly or unknowingly, that the relationships in this 3D are very painful, you don't want to go through them, you want something which is more authentic, divine says, okay, I'll get you on authentic one, take it, but you have to work on yourself. You won't get it so easily. You won't get anything for free. So you have to work. So work on yourself and be in union and serve a divine purpose. So this divine purpose or this soul mission is not disclosed to the twin flames. Until they come into union, they will automatically start getting their path towards their soul mission. So this is a complete concept which is run by divine. The only process twin flames are contributing to is inner work, self-work, self-love, to move towards their union. So this is the twin flame concept. I don't know how many of you will believe this or will not believe this, but this is there. Okay, so this happens. There are a lot of twin flames who are in union. If you go online, you can listen to them. There are hundreds of videos, thousands, not hundreds, in fact, so many millions of videos on twin flames. So basically, twin flame is a concept of Shiv and Shakti, who are incarnated from the same soul in two separate bodies. So this is a very deep concept to go in. But yes, now I think we are very clear, and at any point of or any stage of our life, if you want to differentiate between who is our soulmate, who is our karmic, and who is our twin flame, so we can easily make out. See, twin flames are not easy to get. Twin flames you will get years and years. I think it's very difficult to get your twin flame in the same lifetime. It's very difficult. And if you get your twin flame in the same lifetime, you have to go through a spiritual awakening. Divine will push you into it. And everything will happen with divine timing. You have no control over it. The only thing you have to do is, once you feel that you are one whole being, you don't need anyone. Okay, let me clear this concept also. Because usually 3D relations works in a way of codependency. How it works, the normal soulmate and karmic relationship, how it works, they are very codependent. They are very codependent relations. Codependent in the sense, okay, if I give you love, if I stay with you, if I do something for you, I have a lot of expectations from you back. There is a lot of things involved: jealousy, pain, expectations. It can be any relation. It can be any relation. I'm not saying that it can be friendship. It can be anything. Then again, karmics involve a lot of patterns which are very toxic, which you have to go through. And you start conditioning yourself. You feel, okay, all the connections are like this only. Every time I have to go through a karmic connection. So every time you're going through a karmic connection, the reason is you are not working on yourself. And every time you're falling with the same kind of people, because you are attracting the same kind of people. That's the only reason you are not getting the one or the what you are expecting out of a person or the perfect partner, because you are not perfect from inside. You are not ready to get that perfect partner for you. You have to work on yourself for that. You are attracting the same level or same thoughts inside a partner which you have almost. So even if you are immature, you will always attract an immature partner and you will go through the same cycles. So you have to work on your maturity levels. So you being immature, you cannot attract a mature partner until and unless it's a soul connection. It's a twin flame connection and you both have to work on yourself. So you get into a cycle. Once you leave one karmic, then you move to another karmic, then you move to another karmic, and you think, why every time in my relationship I am facing these failures? Why my life, God has made my life so painful. Why every relationship is not successful in my life. Why I'm unsuccessful at relationship. Why I'm unsuccessful in my careers. Because you are not working on yourself. You are not ready to accept what you are doing. You have no acknowledgement of what is inside troubling you. Every time you are just leaving one partner with whatever lessons you need to learn from them. Instead of learning them, you are just leaving that partner, moving to another partner. Then after some time, after some sweet time, you get into the same cycle with the same partner, other partner, and then you again run through the same cycle. You don't learn your lessons. Then divine put you in another relationship. So you are attracting the same sort of karmic relationship until you learn the lesson. So it's about learning lessons, learning your spiritual lessons. That's how universe works. So in tarot also we have major arcanas and minor arcanas. So major arcanas are the spiritual lesson that you have to learn. You leave one relationship, you leave 10 relationships, you are supposed to learn those lessons in this lifetime. Minor arcanas are those arcanas which depends on your choice. You can choose whether you want to go ahead or not. But usually the major arcanas, the major spiritual lessons that you are supposed to go in this lifetime, you have to go through it. Be it with a partner, be it in the office space or anywhere. Lessons you have to take. Else you will be in a loop. So it's up to our choice. We want to stuck in a loop or to learn the lessons which divine is teaching us. And it's a very simple process. Nothing to think too much about it. If you feel you are stuck in a pattern, just jot it down. What pattern you are into, how to come out of it. What do you think your reaction should be which can help you to come out of this pattern? And it will be sorted. Once you learn your lesson, I will not repeat this. Then you will not get into the same kind of person. Once the lesson is learned, you will apply it to another partner also. So that's how it works. So I hope I'm able to explain clearly like how this twin flame concept works. There are false twin flames also. So please don't get into this thinking that, okay, I feel a strong connection with this person. He's my twin flame or she's my twin flame. No. Twin flames, there is a major sign of a twin flame, which I have recognized through all the online sessions that I have taken. Spiritual awakening. If both the twin flames pushes each other into a spiritual awakening and you feel that you are spiritually grown, that might be the reason that you can feel that that connection is a twin flame connection. If you are spiritually evolving, that's the reason you can say that you are in a twin flame connection. But spiritual awakening can be due to other reasons also. So it's not only twin flame. Okay, so sometimes it's through dreams also that you through dreams also. Some people, I have heard a lot of sessions, in lot of sessions, people saying that they got a dream and suddenly they were sitting and just a random thought came to their mind that they want to be spiritually awakened and they want to work on themselves, and they started working on themselves. So these things we cannot see, we can only feel. Same way, twin flame connections, nobody can explain you in the best way. This is a feeling, this is an intuition. You will always feel your twin flame inside you. And there is no way you can separate from your twin flame because you are the same soul. Wherever you go, I think I can recognize that Vodafone ad where that dog runs. Wherever you go, I'll follow. It's the same. Wherever you go, I follow. So basically, the soul is the same. So you can't run away from your own soul. You cannot. The only way to come together is to work on yourself, get into self-love, love yourself to the utmost. I'm going to make one more video on self-love, how to work on self-love and how to fill your own cup. So twin flame connections and the normal connections that we face in 3D is completely different. 3D connections are more towards expectations, more towards pain, more towards traumas. Happiness is also part of those connections, but yes, there are a lot of ups and downs and ups and downs. Again, twin flame also has their own misunderstandings and has their own connection, but because they are of the same soul, before the misunderstanding get too escalated, if they can work on each other's trigger, because they know they are the same soul and they know what is triggering the other one. And one more thing I forgot to mention. For twin flame connection, when they separate, they meet again. They meet again, then they, for some time they are together, they feel that, okay, everything is fine now. Then again, one partner will trigger the other one on something or the other. Because they are, obviously, because if you are not worked completely on yourself and you have not worked on being one whole, that is, you are your whole being. You don't need anyone to love you. No, you don't need anyone to support you. You are complete being in yourself. You have worked on yourself completely. Until you come to that stage, you start repelling again. So there are multiple separation stages in twin flame. You come together, you separate. You come together, you separate, until you come together as a two separate whole beings. And now this twin flame loves this twin flame. This twin flame loves this twin flame. They are power couple together. They can do miracles in the universe. But if they are separate, they are two whole human beings. So basically, this relationship doesn't run on need, expectations. I need you, you need me. I want you here, you want me there. This concept doesn't work with twin flame. Twin flame is a divine connection. It works on soul connection. It works on feeling and intuitions. Because you are the same soul, you can feel your twin flame. And say, your twin flame can feel you whenever they want, wherever they want. They don't need your physical presence. So it's all about intuition. It's all about feeling. It's not to be explained in the words. And again, if you are in a karmic cycle, please come out of it. People, I think, spend 20, 30 years in the same cycle, repeating the same mistakes again and again with the same partner and blaming divine for it. No. I think this is a high time you should understand that why you are in the same pattern and where you need to work upon yourself and where you need to learn the lessons and how to apply those lessons into your regular life. So now I think we are very clear. Be aware of false twin flames. Every soul connection is not a twin flame connection. Don't mistake your karmics with your twin flames, and don't mistake your soulmates with your twin flames. Because sometimes happens, you get into a karmic connection thinking a very strong connection, a very strong connection. No, it's not a very strong connection. Sometimes the strong connections you feel is because the lower chakras. That's how the karmic connection starts. So karmic connection is not connected by heart. Karmic connection is connected through your lower chakras, which are your sexual chakras. So basically, you might be sexually attracted to each other, or you look attractive to each other, and based on that, you are getting into a karmic connection. Karmic connection is never heart-based. For some time you feel, oh, my heart is connected. I am feeling that he's my twin flame or she's my twin flame. No. Always remember, twin flames pushes you to spirituality. And it's a divine connection which you can feel intuitively, that your hearts are connected, your soul is the same, and you can feel each other. It's an intense connection, completely intuition based, with a specific purpose of divine. And it has a complete divine intervention and a complete divine guidance towards it. So don't mistake your karmic relations with your twin flame connections. So make it very clear. And if you need any help, you can go online. There are multiple videos, there are multiple twin flames who are in unions that can guide you that how the twin flame union works. But everybody has a different journey, so it's very difficult for you to match your own journey with them. So if you feel you are on a twin flame journey, you can go through some online stuff which can help you out with this. But I think I just gave a basic guidance about how it works. I will make a separate video on self-love. I'll make a separate video on toxic patterns and cycles, how to come out of it, and how does it affect our inner self. So all these things which I have learned, I would definitely love to share. I hope you like this video. It's a 44-minute video which I was not expecting. Oh my god. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any question or yep, you can drop me a message. And yes, I have a lot to say about the same topics, but I'm just way beyond the timing that I thought. I thought it would be a 30 minutes video, so it's very difficult for me to upload these videos. Thank you. Take care. Be vigilant, be cautious. Don't get into toxic patterns and cycles with anyone. If you are in a relationship, always make sure you're learning your lessons. You are here for learning your spiritual lessons. And divine make sure that once you learn your lesson, you get what you deserve. So you will definitely get it once you learn your lessons. Okay. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. Spread love and light.